We're back with another video on the deeper strategy that you can unlock in this game heading into Language Land. This is a language learning card game. You can learn more about it at languagecardgames.com. You can play it with us online every Saturday. However, I do want to remind you before I jump into today's video that if you want to keep the game much more simple and just focus on speaking about the topics on the cards in your target language, then you can. You can totally ignore these special rules and special power texts on the cards. That's the way that I designed this game so that it could appeal to both casual gamers and more experienced or hardcore gamers. Now in this video today, you can see some books over off to the right. My camera is precariously positioned very high up, and there's a reason for that. In today's video, I want to show you a very dramatic form of movement that can occur in this game. So I've built a bigger board, and I have these two cards here, Metamet and a sword. My character pawn, or my meeple, would be there, and I've also put another player up here in the top left, an opponent. And typically in the normal gameplay, what happens is you can only move so far every turn as your slowest character on your team would allow according to their speed. And you can find your character and animal's speed on the bottom left corner of the cards. So you can see Metamet has S1, that means a speed of 1. Now he's the only character on my team, so I don't have to worry about anything else. I know that my speed is 1, so under normal circumstances, on my turn I could only attempt to move to one of the spaces right next to my current position, including on the diagonal. So we know that, you guys know that already. But the character Metamet has a special rule, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. The special power text on his card says, if a character joins you, you may set a direction to any space on your next turn. Sorry, I'm trying to get that to resolve for you. It's not resolving very well. But it says, if a character joins you, you may set a direction to any space next turn. So that will allow you to totally overlook or disregard the normal speed ratings on the cards that are on your team. But first you have to get a friendly character to join you. So it's sort of like somebody joins your team and then you take them on an adventure or a mission. Metamet is an explorer after all. And we talked about explorers in the last video of this series, what they can do. But let's get that ally first. I say I want to move here. I flip over this card. I find it's a word wizard, an ally character. I roll the dice. I speak successfully about the topic, and the word wizard joins my team. I replace this empty space with a card from the deck, and I move my pawn to here, and I gain a point. Now, that successfully activates Metamet's power text. A character joined my team, so on my next turn, I can set a direction to any location. Now keep in mind it wouldn't matter how many characters I have on my team. I'm going to be able to move out my whole team regardless of, how many characters I have or how slow some of them are. Everybody gets a free trip to anywhere on the board. So that's pretty amazing and pretty useful, especially if you have a big board and there's somewhere that you're trying to go quickly. So let's imagine now that it's my next turn. We're set up to activate this power text. What might we do? Well, to make this more dramatic and really show how effective it can be, I've set up sort of the places that would be amazing if I could go to them up here on the top, very far away from me. Typically, I couldn't go so fast so far. I could just go one space at a time per turn. But now his power text has been activated, so a couple of options. One, I see Wordsway is here. Wordsway has a special ability. If I enter it successfully, I can cycle one of my pickups in order to gain 1 LP, 1 longevity point. Now, if you've set a sort of a winning number of points for your games, let's say you win the game when you get to 10 points, and maybe I already have 9, well, then my choice would be clear. I should try to move to Word's Way, and if I can move in successfully and throw away or cycle my sword, I get a point. Now, actually, we should imagine we are maybe at 8, and the winning point is 10. So if I'm already at 8, I move in successfully to Word's Way, I get a point just for moving into Word's Way. Now I'm at 9. But then if I cycle my sword and get rid of it, it's sort of like I sell it at Word's Way, then I can get another point, bringing me to 10, and I would win the game right there. So a quick move to Word's Way and cycling a pickup could get you a quick 2 points, and you will be in a stronger position. If not having won the game outright, you would have a stronger amount of longevity points. If anyone's going to attempt to attack you, you'd be in a stronger position. Okay, other options. What if instead I knew that there was a weapon here that I wanted to get? Because in this game, if somebody fails to get a weapon, you turn it back over and it remains in the same place. So if other people can remember that the weapon or the pickup is there, they might try to get that. So if I wanted to, I could say, I want to try to move here because I remember there's something there that I want. Oh yes, there it is, the Earthshaker. Let me attempt to get that. And if I'm successful in the meantime, I'm going to be moving all the way across the board. Maybe there's other stuff up here I want to get or people that I want to fight. Another option is a great location like Embertel, because remember, the locations always stay face up where they're discovered, so chances are Embertel might be around somewhere. If you are successful in moving to Embertel, then you get a character generated for your team, a proxy character, and you would just put an extra card next to you to represent that character. Its stats are on the Embertel card. So that could be advantageous. And finally, I would suggest if there's a player who's kind of in a weak position, or you feel like if you were to battle them, you could probably win, then I would lunge out, I would go across the table at high speed, go directly to them and attack. So you could get a surprise attack on someone who's all the way across the board. That could be useful. Final thing I want to mention in this video is that the Speakplains card has a similar power text as Metamet. It says that during your direction phase, you may set a direction to any space. So let's imagine that Speakplains was here, and I moved successfully in on my turn. Then, on my next turn, during the first phase, the direction phase, I can choose anywhere that I want to go and move the whole team there. So it's sort of like crossing these wide open plains accelerates my speed to anywhere that I'm going. So if you can go to Speakplains, keep that in mind. If you're in Speakplains successfully on your next turn, you can attempt to go anywhere you want, regardless of the number of characters you have, regardless of their speed ratings. Okay, so build a big board sometime and have fun experimenting with these more dramatic movement strategies. That's it for this video, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye-bye for now, everyone.